Right over the boundary.
I wouldn't be surprised if Hurd is standing well within the stumps. Oh, that is muscle away. That is power. That is brutal power.
Well, how high has that gone? It hasn't. It's gone flat, that, hasn't it?
That is sheer power. Wow, that probably must have been, what, 7 feet off the ground?
Yeah.
This time again, and just over Mendes' head for another 6. Talk about the ball being muscle. And look at that. Tournament 6's meter keep flying. Like the Virgin Airlines.
But you've got this. Oh, it would have been a fantastic effort, that, wouldn't it?
What's my 2-meter Peter? He's not playing for Sri Lanka. Oh, there you go. That has disturbed the furniture that Sampath was looking for.
Well, it'd been a brilliant over for New Zealand up until then, but Sampath getting a little bit of revenge. He'd come in for a little bit of tap, but a wicket with a final ball.
Get in that change of pace as a bowler. Keep the batsman guessing.
Mendes actually, he's brought himself on a little bit earlier in this game, isn't he? Probably just maybe feeling a little bit of pressure and defending a smaller target.
Switch it! And the result, 6. I guess that's the first switch hit that has been hit for 6.
Oh, that's a brilliant shot. Probably watched what happened the last time Mendes bowled, and all the batsmen were trying to hit him towards mid-on and couldn't get hold of it. I thought, you know what, I'm going to go with it. The switch hit, and he's hit that right out of the screws.
Slower delivery, straight to long on. That's a better delivery. Got a little bit of drift. I tried to bowl it a little slower.
Well, he's a genius, isn't he, Mendes?
.45 of 16 needed by the New Zealand side. Won't be happy with that delivery.
I think that did drift as well, didn't it? Just onto the outside leg stump, and the batsman, all he had to do was get a little bit of bat on it, and he did. And there's no one down the fine leg.
Yeah.
That did drift.
Once again, looking to cart it over deep mid-wicket. Didn't time it, but still, nevertheless, getting 4 more. He's probably looking to go over and into the swimming pool. At that end, looking to slog sweep.
Yeah, well, I think Sri Lanka would have been hoping Mendes would do a good job for them. And the fact New Zealand have got 15 off this over, only 4 balls, is a massive bonus.
The next over is going to be very, very important. And so is this delivery of Mendes. If he can give a single or a dot ball, I think the last 2 overs will put some pressure. No! Talk about the ball
So that's a no ball as well. That's a no ball, so he's got to bowl another one. Oh, that hurts.
And that's 8 then, Chris.
Yes. Oh. I mean, it was high, that, man. I think he'll argue that the batsman actually ran down. But that was above waist high, wasn't it?
And that was a big hit as well.
Yeah.
Once again,
oh, that
has
hurts.
he timed it? Yes, he has. 6 more. So Mendes has not worked for Sri Lanka.
No, I mean, he's gone for 30 there, hasn't he? And only gone for 15 with 2 balls to go. So the last 2 balls cost him 15 runs. And that's I think that's going to be the match-winning over for New Zealand.
Yeah, the no balls can be pretty penalising in this format. So you've got to keep the no balls and wides away.
Well, 22 runs off 12 balls, you're backing yourself in there, aren't you?
If you're feeling the heat, get into those tents, the Pironi hospitality tents. Quench your thirst. Great place to watch the Hong Kong Sixers.
Isn't it?
There you have it, the stands filling up as well, Chris, now. People enjoying themselves watching a bit of cricket, and especially this format where you see the ball flying around.
I mean, what a setting to be among the Kowloon high-rise, watching this game. What a place to be, isn't it? Oh,
that should bounce. The artificial surface bounce. Is not looking too happy, not too pleased.
Well, he'll probably think he's bowled a decent length there, but on the AstroTurf and Maroof, being one of the taller cricketers out on display today, that ball was just jumped up off a length.
Take a look at that. Yep, that's a no ball. Caught it away. One bounce into the fence. 4. Sri Lanka, I guess you can tell by their body language, not looking too keen, and Farvez just checking with the umpire, still thinking about the previous delivery that was called a no ball, and the follow-up delivery goes for a boundary. Once again, better length.
He's getting an amazing bounce, isn't he? Which is what you'd expect from him, but you can see that hitting the batsman Kachopo up near the back shoulder, really.
New Zealand looking pretty comfortable in the run chase. 15 now of 10. -4 of that. One bounce into the long on fence.
Biggin has to retire. He's just muscled that one through mid-wicket. 31 off 8 balls. That's been a brilliant innings, a match-winning innings, really.
Absolutely. Take a look at this. Short of length and easy pickings. It's been a good innings. Stewart comes in. A good start for New Zealand. Good bit of run chase for them. Short once again, but didn't time it as well as Stewart would have liked. Just the one there at deep mid wicket.
I think you're right, Nikhil. Look at the Sri Lankan body language. They've almost conceded here, haven't they?
Looking for the Yorker. No wide.
He's got away with that one.
Yeah, you've got the wide indicators. The lines are marked pretty clear. Even if you bowl down the leg side and you're well within those lines, not a wide.
But you can't be over it, the line, can you? You have to be inside it.
The lines belong to the umpires. That's a better delivery. That's a better delivery for Riz. That's what you got to be looking at.
New Zealand couldn't possibly choke from here, could they?
No.
Yeah, I think we saw the replay of that ball that wasn't called a wide. I think the umpire was right there, wasn't it? There's not much margin for error for the bowlers, though.
Not at all. Well, you want to see the ball flying around? That's the big game coming up. Wherever you are, if you're at home watching, you've got to be watching this game. South Africa take on Pakistan. Fantastic bowling line out of Pakistan. South Africa in the competition in the couple of previous games, they won the toss and they got 115. So this is going to be a good competition between bat and ball. And also in 2012, both these sides were the finalists. Slow left arm spin does it. You don't need the Yorkers, you don't need the pace, you don't need the change of pace as well. Just come and bowl. Nice delivery with a little bit of loop. Beat the batsman in the air.
Just lob them up, you reckon?
Yeah,
take the
that's
pace
how
off it.
easy it is.
Yeah. Well, we said they couldn't lose it from here, New Zealand, but they'll send a couple of shivers through the camp.
Peter Fulton out in the middle. The captain looking to hit the winning runs. Well, they're only about, 2 hits away to a victory. Looking to paddle sweep. Just the one. Sometimes, these could be tricky as well, Chris, but
yeah,
you don't want to hit away.
Yeah. He's just taken a single there, 2 metre, Peter. Said back to you, Stewie. You can have the pressure. You win us the game.
Okay, Chris, do you think Stewart is going to dance down the track after seeing the previous 2 deliveries? Yes, he does.
Oh.
Outside edge.
Oh, that's
but still, does the trick. Gets a boundary. 4 more.
Well, that's unfortunate there for Pereira because he's probably a pretty good delivery. He's actually beat him in the flight, and that was an outside edge, but it's gone down to a vacant backward point.
I'm not surprised. If he's bowling at that pace, you might as well get that man out from deep mid-wicket and put him in another extra cover. Let him go against the line. That is it. The winning runs, maximum. Finishes off with another Virgin Atlantic 6. Stewart finishing off in style, chasing down 96 that was needed for a victory. It's been a good game for the New Zealand side.
Yeah, they've been impressive, really. I think that the fact that they could keep Sri Lanka under 100, that they were always happy with that, and then to come out and play so well and do it easily against a pretty good Sri Lankan side. So I guess you'd say New Zealand would be one of the favourites.
You could possibly say that, yes. Because they batted well, they bowled well. At one stage, Sri Lanka was looking pretty good to getting over 100, but couldn't. But there you have it. That's how New Zealand side chased down the 95. Again, 31 retired, not out, crosses the 30 mark, and then another great innings by Hurd, getting 28, and pretty easy pickings. 2 deliveries to spare, and they chased down 95.
Yeah, I mean, Biggin and Elliott, their innings were crucial in this game, and they've taken New Zealand home. The Sri Lankan bowlers, well, naturally they're going to be disappointed. I think the crucial over there was Jeevan Mendes, who was so good against Australia and bowled that third over when Sri Lanka needed a good over, and that went for 30.
There you have it, the match summary. Sri Lanka 95 for 3. At one stage they were looking pretty good to cross the 100-run mark, but the Kiwis bowled pretty well, and then chasing down the 95-run put up by Sri Lanka. Good effort by Biggin, getting 31 off 8 deliveries, getting 2 valuable points for his team. So there you have it. Sampath starting for the Sri Lankans, looking to defend 95. It's been a decent start, but as soon as Biggin got in the strike, then he just carved away the Sri Lankan bowlers all across the park.
Yeah, that second wicket partnership was crucial, wasn't it? And I mean, they hit plenty of sixes. They hit them flat too, didn't they? They didn't have to hit them too hard. I mean, that didn't go 7 feet off the air, as well as that one. And then we saw that wicket. Thought maybe there's a little bit of hope for Sri Lanka, but Biggin took control, didn't he?
Absolutely. You had the switch hits coming in, and a couple of big slog sweeps working for the Kiwi side. The last over by Angelo was pretty interesting. The pace that he was bowling at troubled the Kiwi batsman, but I guess 95, you've got to say that the Kiwis outplayed the Sri Lankans.
Clearly, and another 2 points for them. That's 2 games and 2 wins for them. Sri Lanka, 1 win from their 3 games, so it's going to be a battle for them to stay in the competition. Absolutely,
and they're at the tabletop, New Zealand, with those 2 vital points that you're talking about. And I think Kathy is downstairs speaking to one of the players. Let's see who she's got.
Yes, I've got Graham, Biggin. Graham, you know you've done well at sixes cricket when you have to retire, not out.
Yeah, it's good to get a score. Got the first ball in game 1, so good to add to the team's success there in game 2.
And what are you making of this ground, Callan Cricket Club? How are you enjoying it?
Oh, beautiful setup, first time here, so great scenes, crowds getting stuck in, the energy's there, so couldn't be happier.
And 2 wins from 2 games.
2 from 2. Yeah, obviously it only counts tomorrow with the playoffs, but we'll take it and we'll keep going.
Now the final game today is against Australia. A bit of a trans-Tasman rivalry going on. Are you guys very desperate to beat the Aussies?
Well, it's always a bit of niggle out there, so we'll keep it clean. We'll have some fun out there.
Out of the Australians, who are you most looking out for?
Oh, I'd like to see Hastings hit a couple again, but not too many this time.
Well, congratulations and good luck for
Thanks very much. Cheers.
Back to you guys.
Thank you.
So there you have it. That's the big game. Now we're talking about South Africa's batsmen versus the Pakistani bowlers. They've had a decent outing. 4 fast bowlers in the Pakistani side. They got some pace, accuracy. Will be testing the mighty South African batting lineup, who've already got 115 in the competition so far.
Straight over the boundary.
I wouldn't be surprised if Hurd is standing well within the stumps. Oh, that is muscle away. That is power. That is brutal power.
Well, how high has that gone? It hasn't. It's gone flat, that, hasn't it?
That is sheer power. Wow, that probably must have been, what, 7 feet off the ground?
Yeah.
Missed
and
time again. And just over Mendes' head for another 6. Talk about the ball being muscle. And look at that. Tournament 6's meter keep flying. Like the Virgin Airlines.
But you've got this. Oh, it would have been a fantastic effort, that, wouldn't it?
Where's my 2-meter Peter? He's not playing for Sri Lanka. Oh, there you go. That has disturbed the furniture that Sampath was looking for.
Well, it'd been a brilliant over for New Zealand up until then, but Sampath getting a little bit of revenge. He'd come in for a little bit of tap, but a wicket with a final ball.
Get in that change of pace as a bowler. Keep the batsman guessing.
Mendes actually, he's brought himself on a little bit early in this game, isn't he? Probably just maybe feeling a little bit of pressure and defending a smaller target.
Switch hit, and the result, 6. I guess that's the first switch hit that has been hit for 6.
Oh, that's a brilliant shot. Probably watched what happened the last time Mendes bowled, and all the batsmen were trying to hit him towards mid-on and couldn't get hold of it. I thought, you know what, I'm going to go with it. The switch hit, and he's hit that right out of the screws.
Slower delivery, straight to long on. That's a better delivery. Got a little bit of drift. I'll try to bowl this a little slower.
Well, he's a genius, isn't he, Mendes?
45 of 16 needed by the New Zealand side. Won't be happy with that.
Yes, a repeat of last year's final. Not last year, rather the last edition final in 2012. South Africa against Pakistan. The Rainbow Nation prevailed on that occasion. Here, very different circumstances, very different types of teams from both South Africa and Pakistan. But nonetheless, as we've seen so far, they've both had reasonable winning starts. South Africa 2 out of 2. Pakistan also looking to make it the same. Toss won by Aubrey Schwanepel, the captain of South Africa, and he decided to throw the cat among the pigeons and bat first. Sohail Tanveer obviously wanted to do the same, but realizing that he can defend any score with his bowling lineup. So we've got the two stronger suits out there. South Africa's batting and Pakistan's bowling up first in the first 5 overs. So that'll make interesting viewing. Owe Shah alongside me.
Yes, I think it will, but I think predominantly you will see teams wanting to chase because of the nature of the ground. You can hit boundaries at will almost. So I can see as the game progresses, as the tournament progresses, you'll see a lot more guys wanting to chase. But like you said, South Africa won the toss and elected to bat. They also got that very good death bowler in young Adams, who did a mighty very good job against the MCC earlier on. So here we are.
Obviously very strategic from South Africa. They're going to place the ball, try and get the... Oh dear, he made a bit of a mess of that. Did he have a foot over the line there? It was very close. I wonder if they're going to have another look at that. The umpires had a little chat with the keeper. I guess they're happy with it. No, he's given 4. He's given 4. Yes, look at his boot. It was over the line, and definitely there's no question about that. He didn't have any way to get out of that one.
He certainly didn't. I'm surprised the fielder didn't stand up and just say, look, it is a definite 4. I mean, that practically his whole body was over the rope. So, yeah, 4 runs off the first ball of the game.
Sarel Erwi. Opening with Sumila Seibokwe. They've all had their turn. They've all had some big hits in this tournament. They started off really well, putting runs on the board and putting pressure on the opposition. The bowling hasn't been the best, so they need to put runs on the board. And if they can do it against this quality Pakistan bowling lineup, They'll be very pleased because Pakistan in all forms of the game have been known to be a little brittle when it comes to chasing.
Yeah, for sure. But you also, one thing you do get with Pakistan cricketers is a lot of skill. You see a lot of skill on display. You see Mohammad Sami there. He's trying to get the ball to shape away from the batsman, obviously back into the left-hander. But I think also as the game progresses, as the tournament progresses, we will see a lot more skillful guys coming into play.
Some good skill there from South Africa. Another boundary, the second of the over. We're still in the first over from Mohammad Sami.
I love that shot.
Frontline bowlers.
I love that shot. Just opens the face on contact. I think as the tournament progresses, the better teams obviously are going to come out on top. And I think you'll see better cricket shots. I think at the moment you can get away with slogging the ball, but against better attack, you've got to play proper cricket shots. And that's something that's going to be very evident as the program progresses. So we're in for a treat.
Oh, look at that. That's a bit of a treat if you like some bowling. Which fast bowler doesn't like to see the middle stump uprooted and going for a walk? Whoa.
Yeah, it's a wonderful sight for any fast bowler, any fielding team to see the ball flying out. But I tell you what, I think the batsman's missed on a juicy full toss, playing across the line. We see the end of Irway. It's a horrible looking shot. Geez, he should...
Brings on Ferisco Adams. He's bowled so well for them. Now he's been given the job with the bat by his captain. Aubrey Shwanipol due to come in next. Anwar Ali.
Nicely placed there by Irway. 4 more. Again, like I said, the quality of bowling that Pakistan have, you have to play proper cricket shots to get boundaries. You can't just play across the line and slog and chance your arm against a top attack.
Some expensive camera equipment out there. Photographer protects it. Doesn't prevent boundaries, of course. Now that's been dealt with the way a full toss should be dealt with. Into the trees. That's what should have happened with the delivery from Mohammad Sami, the last ball of the previous over.
It's an absolute gift from Mr. Anwar. And Irway not missing out on that one, that occasion. Watches it all the way onto the bat and a clean swing off the bat.
This should be taken. The bowler wants it himself. Anwar Ali takes it. And that is the end of Irway. He is a little frustrated because how he changed the length there. The full toss went for 6, held it back a bit, changed the length completely, and the batsman was still in the same flow.
Yeah, some smart bowling there by Anwar. Held it back, bit of a slower ball, a cutter into the deck. Got it high on the bat, playing across the line. Irway and paid the price. And Anwar completing a simple catch.
He almost played a shot and a half to that. He was trying to play the same free-flowing shot he played to the previous delivery that went for 6, then realized he needs to stop, but the ball was still onto him. Simple caught and bowl for Anwar Ali. And then he blows hot and cold. 6, wicket, and then concedes a couple of gift runs.
Yeah, I'm guessing he was trying to go for the leg stump Yorker. This is the dismissal. Simple catch by Anwar Ali. Anwar Ali to Aubrey Shwanipol. Yeah, it looks like Anwar Ali's tactics are very much to try and cramp the batsman for any room, trying to angle the ball into their body. And he succeeded so far, just giving the 12 runs. So he'll be looking to get away with maybe perhaps under 16 runs in this over. If he can go for just the 2 singles, that'll be magic for Pakistan.
That has been smashed. It's not going to be under 16 because that's the second 6 of the over. But it puts things in perspective that if you do go for about 16 and you average that, 16 into 5 is 80. That is the lowest score in the tournament. So it just shows that it's not the worst over even now. Now it is. That's not a good end to the over from Anwar Ali. 22 off the over.
So 6 and a 4 to finish the over. South Africa 34 for 2 at the end of over number 2. Bowling to Frisco Adams.
Yes, Adams was hitting it to all parts.
He was in good touch, Adams. In his first game, got 30 odd in his first game, so he'll be hoping to carry on from where he left off.
Yeah, and it all came in that one over. Lots of catching practice in the stands. And we're up against a very different bowling attack here, both Adams and Shranipol.
Yeah, Pakistan well supported in this part of the world. To be honest, they're well supported anywhere. It's a bit like the Indian fans, aren't they? Very well supported.
Yeah, particularly back in England, you can see an India-Pakistan game be like a local derby.
It certainly is. I mean, strategically, they always try and get them to play in Birmingham, where there's a huge Asian population in England. And geez, I tell you what, when I've played against Pakistan at Birmingham, it felt like an away game for the England guys.
Yes, I've covered a couple of games, one England-Pakistan and one India versus England, and both times England looked like the away team completely at Edgbaston. But they've come in families, all ages. The kids have really been imbibing some of the entertainment. It's a little naughty from the Pakistan captain. He's bowled an excellent over otherwise. At this rate, South Africa only get to 73. I think nothing under 90 will do in this sort of situation.
Yeah, you can see the quality of the bowling here possessed by the Pakistan guys. Still got a lot of good bowlers still bowled there, one allotted over. You've got Sohail still to bowl. Sohail Khan, sorry, that I meant. Got Sohail Tanvir, who's obviously during his over, he's only conceded his 6 runs. Only the 2 sixes Pakistan have conceded in this game. So they're looking very, very in a comfortable position right now.
That's smart. That is smart play from the South Africans.
Yeah, great bit of footwork. Got it inside the line of the ball. Watched it all the way onto the bat. Didn't try to overhit it. Just let the bat do the talking.
You have to keep reminding yourself there are just 4 fielders in the field, and no one's going to have a fielder behind, either on the off or the onside. So anything to just help along is going to be 4 every time.
Yet we haven't seen too much innovation in this game. You haven't seen too many deflections. You haven't seen people trying to get ball inside the ball. You haven't seen many of those shots. All you've seen a lot of is ball muscled over the boundary line.
Even though we've got the man who taught Dilshan the Dil Scoop, his own brother, playing for Sri Lanka, and he's known to play the Dil Scoop better than his own brother does, but he hasn't brought it out yet. It's still in the kit bag. Sampat?
Well, he might need it if, later on if they have to progress into the finals. So Khan choosing to keep his cap on.
The good thing about this format is it gives all the teams a chance. Even someone at the bottom of the group still has a shot of jumping into the quarterfinals, getting into the plate if you're not in the main cup round. So everyone's still going to be alive, and that's one thing that'll be good for all 8 teams.
There's all
Adams.
very much to play for in this competition, even if you lose your first couple of games.
That's the kind of stuff that we saw from Adams in the previous game. He hit 5 of them in 1 over. This time he's just started to get going.
You saw that length ball disappear over mid-wicket. Lovely strike, lovely flow of the bat. 6 more to young Adams.
Yeah, he hit Pakistan's quickest bowler there, Sohail Khan. Wasn't very happy. Bumps
Yeah,
up the gas a little bit.
Yes, and he got the ball to swing a little bit, which was key. The moving ball's so much tougher to hit for a batsman. You see there, just gets a little bit of away shape. It's made it that much harder for young Adams to hit it to the boundary.
Yeah, he gets a boundary for that. If someone's bowling quick, someone's getting a bit of movement, and you're not able to hit it in front, just help hitting along. There's no one a third man.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, you will see a lot of skill from the Pakistan players. You can see the ball swinging. That's a skill there, but such is the nature of this game. You get that thick edge and it flies down to third man for 4.
Yeah, the last game, Sohail Khan bowled the last over, so he'll leave Hamad Azam to bowl the final over of this innings. But good thinking from Sohail Tanvir, bringing his 4 frontline bowlers for presumably the frontline batsman from South Africa.
Attempted in-swinger from Sohail Tanvir. Sorry, not Sohail Tanvir.
Sohail Khan.
Sohail Khan has been heaved away down to fine leg for 4 runs.
Off the 5 deliveries so far. South Africa will want to finish this over well, because it's still not on course for anything more than 76 at this current rate. Oh, that's on to the 3rd floor. Somebody fetched that from the roof.
That's out of it. Fresco Adams letting his back do the talking. Just eases into the shot. Have a look here. Bang! Just a free-flowing cricket shot.
Yeah, that was all about good timing, and there's no better timing than to have our partners in Hublot, who've been keeping us on track in terms of getting matches finished on time. And of course, they've introduced this wonderful Big Bang innovation, where any batsman who are able to hit the Hublot signage at the far end of the ground will double their score, get 6 more runs for a maximum and make it 12. So far, no one's done it.
Yeah, I would love to see that happen. To be able to score a 12 in a game of cricket will be amazing. Again, a bit more swing for the Pakistani bowlers. Ahmad starting with just single. Makes it that much tougher for the batsman to have to play proper cricket shots if you're going to score against quality bowling. And that's what we're seeing right here, right now.
He's been the surprise package for Pakistan, while everyone's been focusing on the 4 spearheads. Oh dear, was that a direct hit from somewhere in oblivion? Yes, it was. Against the run of play, someone was yelling at somebody else that he hadn't got it to the right end. Okay, no problem, I'll just throw it from wherever I am.
Yeah, there was a confusion. I think the wicketkeeper decided to throw the ball at the wrong end. And it was the bowler who was screaming at the keeper to say, I'm calling, I'm asking you for the ball at the other end. Well, the keeper had other ideas. He decided to run the batsman out from 40 yards away.
Oh, he's got a lovely smile, does Sahibzada Farhan, and just takes his glove off. Cleans up another batsman. Huge. That is heading towards the swimming pool. That's not coming back. New ball, please. Also means that Adams has to retire.
Nice little innings there by young Adams. He's been again good touch, continuing from his bit of form that he had in his first game, which brings try to the crease. That's the last shot. That's the great beauty about this game, that you can retire and can always come back at the end. So Adams will be licking his lips to get back out there again.
Don't think he'll have enough time to do that, but that's an outside edge. Cornet is waiting. The umpire is waiting.
There was an appeal for caught behind, but we reckon it probably just bounced short of the wicketkeeper.
Oh, yes. I was going to say, should he hit? He was confident of his own ability. And they finish off strongly, very strongly to Pakistan. 5-time champions. And they've restricted South Africa to... They're also asking if it was a wide because it was down the leg side, but the umpire clearly says, you could hear him there, yes, it was down the leg side, but inside the line.
But also the batsman moved to the offside, which makes umpires generally give the decision in favour of the bowler rather than the batsman. And yes, he was out by miles. So that's the end of the South African innings. They've gone 74 of their 5 allotted overs. Fresco Adams, the shining light for South Africa, well supported by Sarel Irwi. So they've managed to get 74, and we'll see how the bowlers fared for Pakistan.
Yes, Sami, Anwar Ali, Sohail Tanvir, Sohail Khan, their lead bowlers. But look at that, the least experience of the 4, Hamad Azam, just the 7 runs in that final over, and a disappointing performance from South Africa. How the game can change. They've recorded the highest score of the tournament, and now the lowest score of the tournament from the same team.
Yeah. That's why they call it. It's a funny game, cricket, isn't it?
And that's our extra commentator that we have out there in the stands. He's been keeping everyone entertained. But meantime, we've got another match to think about, and I think Catherine is standing by with the 2 captains.
Sure am. It's time for the toss for the third last match of the day between Bangladesh and Australia. Saif Hassan and John Hastings join me. Bangladesh, you will do the toss. John, your call.
Heads.
Heads it is. And it's tails. So, Bangladesh, what would you like to do?
Well, bat first.
Bat first. That's what you've done all day. What's your reason behind that? Didn't really work for you last time.
Yeah, the 1 over went bad for us. That really turned the game up. So we'll try to make up that over. Then it's okay. Everything.
Good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
So, John, you have to bowl first. Were you going to pick that anyway?
Yeah, we were. We're working on the same principle as last time, try and just see what we've got to chase down, but hopefully not as many wides this time.
Now, I'll be honest, did you give the boys a little bit of a spray after that first game?
Oh, just a small one. As I said, there was a bit too many extras, so, yeah, look, see how we go. It's great.
What's a small spray like?
Just a real small one. Just a, boys, come on, let's lift. That's it.
Just that?
Yeah.
Is it like that?
Pretty much.
John, good luck.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
So there we have it. Bangladesh won the toss and have elected to bat for the 3rd time today.
Yeah, that's Catherine talking about giving each other a spray. Catherine's been giving a few of the captains a bit of a spray every time they've come out to toss, but that's what's happened in the match so far. Disappointing effort from the South African batsman. A good start in the first over and a half, and then it all went wrong. Accurate bowling from the experienced Pakistan lineup. Mohammad Sami picking up that wicket, and then Anwar Ali, the rest of them, Anwar Ali, Sohail Khan. Hamad Azam bowled an excellent last over to restrict South Africa. They just didn't get going. That was Anwar Ali getting that cotton bowl. And those big hits were few and far between. A couple of clever shots from South Africa, but it just was not enough. That's what they finished with in South Africa. That was Sohail Khan. But a marvellous last over from Hamad Azam meant that South Africa, with a couple of run-outs in there, that was the last wicket. Look at that determination from the bowler. They bowled well, they fielded well, they took their catches, And Pakistan should be favourites to make it 2-2 because they only have to go at 15 runs and over to pick up their 75 needed on their way to a possible 6th title here in Hong Kong. Lots more cricket still to come. We've got this run chase for Pakistan, but we saw that toss between Bangladesh and Australia. Bangladesh opting to bat first, so both teams pretty happy with that. And two more games after that on day one of the 2017 Hong Kong Sixers. Awais Shah alongside me in the commentary box. Should be a walk in the park for Pakistan's batsmen. Having said that, they're a team of bowlers, so South Africa will feel that they can still rattle them.
Yeah, and not to forget, South Africa, a very good fielding team, and they've held their catches right throughout the first 2 games that they've played. And look, it's like we mentioned earlier, cricket's a funny game. Anything can happen. Yes, we know Pakistan are in front here because they're chasing the lowest total of the tournament so far. So if these batsmen can get going at the top of the order, Pakistan should cruise home. But like you mentioned, they are a group of bowlers, so pressure's on their batters. Here we go.
Cornet Try will start off the first over. And they need a lot more of that. Play and a miss from Hamad Azam.
Yeah, the ball seems to have bounced a little bit, just short of a length. I think Maharoof from Sri Lanka got a few to bounce, just short of length. That's the kind of length where the ball sort of bounced and almost kicked. Threw it through to the keeper. Heaved away to the leg side by young Azam.
Just the 1 off 2 balls. And what South Africa should take heart from is if you look at the batting lineup, you've got Hamad Azam and Sahibzada Farhan, who are really their only recognised batsmen in a sense. I mean, everyone else is an all-rounder. There's Sohail Tanveer, there's Anwar Ali, Sohail Khan, Mohammad Sami. None of them recognised batsmen. So South Africa are smart. They'll know this. They'll have done their homework on the opposition.
Yes, and a good bit of bowling there by South Africa. Young Corny Dry. Back of a length. Gets a bit of a tangle. Pakistani batsman. So a quiet start at the moment from Pakistan.
That should be taken. Is Cornet Dry under it? He is. He's not going to drop it off his own bowling. And that's the perfect start for South Africa when they're defending a low total. Pakistan lose an early wicket and it could be fun and games here in Hong Kong.
Well, we mentioned that earlier at the start of their innings. Anything can happen. They are a group of bowlers who haven't got that many experienced batsmen. See the back of one of their openers. Gets it high on the bat, try to slog it away. Cornet Dry did not look like dropping that catch. In walks the captain, Sohail Tanveer. Striding in at 3. Amal on strike.
That's a good shot. That is a wonderful shot. Clean hitting, good cricket shot. First boundary of the innings.
Yeah, muscled away down the ground. He was in the slot. Ahmad didn't miss that.
That is going to be a Virgin Atlantic maximum. Not the best finish to the over. It was a good over till that point for Cornet Dry. But 6 of the last ball to Hamad means Pakistan still not on course in terms of a run rate. I think both teams will be reasonably happy with the progress of that over. South Africa getting a wicket, Pakistan a boundary and a 6 to finish with.
Yes, Dry trying to test young Hamad, see how good he is against a short ball. Hamad didn't disappoint, swivels on it, well in front of square. Managed to get it just in front for a 6. Just have a quick look at there. bang, swivels on it. Bit of encouragement by the captain.
It wasn't the worst delivery to finish with. Just needed that contact.
Oh, yeah. That's out of here. Sohail Tanvir starting his account with a 6.
He's had plenty of batting experience up the order this year. Did it for his franchise in the Caribbean Premier League. Reminded us of it at the toss, how much he's enjoying batting. Now that he's captaining, he can put himself exactly where he feels like batting. They've got good lineup, the boys in Guyana. Still had to push a couple of guys down the order to make sure he opened the batting. Starts coming straight towards the commentary box, and we were all getting out of the way there. Missed us by about 1.5 feet.
And it's a monster there by Sohail Tanvir. Again, in the slot. And a player of Tanvir's quality is not going to miss out on that.
Yeah, that's gone into the neighbour's backyard.
But that's 3 in a row for Sohail Tanvir, and he's on fire.
There's a bowls club right next door. I'm hoping no one's playing there.
That's high up in the air. Oh, what a catch. What a catch.
Stand up and take a bow. That is outstanding. That is magnificent. Sohail Tanvir is livid with himself. He timed the previous 2 deliveries so well. This one went about 40 stories high. And the captain of South Africa, Aubrey Swanepoel, took the catch of his life.
Yes, a very smart catch there by Mr. Swanepoel, the captain. Makes good ground. Gets to it, keeps his composure. He completes a very smart catch. So that's the end of Sohail Tanvir. South Africa keep picking up wickets. Pakistan are 29 for 2.
Captain catches captain. He must have run about 30 yards there. And what about the reaction? It's almost as if he does that every day. Takes the catch, tosses it to his keeper, almost goes back to his fielding position.
Swept away this time. To the square leg boundary. So rather expensive. So Sayu Bokwe for South Africa. Still got 1 ball to go.
22 already. Oh dear. Has that gone straight? Oh dear, I hope that photographer managed to defend himself. "26 of that over from Sayu Bokwe.
Again in the slot for the Pakistan batsman. I've got a feeling the cameraman's copped a blow from the back of his head.
Yeah, luckily it was probably a ricochet off the board. Otherwise it would have been a much harder blow.
Well, the captain's in the attack. Right arm off break bowler. This will be an interesting viewing. See how the Pakistan players play young Swanepoel. Just eased into the offside by young Hamad, who moves on to 19 off his 6 balls that he's faced. That's 4 more to Pakistan. Hamad moving on to 23 of 7 balls now. Pakistan needing 31 more runs. Well, that's been called a no ball. Just want to remind the viewers that there's no free hit in this competition. Ahmad using his feet. Bangs it down the deep mid on, just for a single. So the equation, 30 runs of 16 balls required. Oh, that's got to hurt the captain of South Africa. Smart bit of fielding. Although conceding just a single, it's got to sting. Hit very firmly back. Tell you what, he's definitely stopped a 4 there. Oh, that banged away over deep square legs. Had 6 runs. That's just a gift. An absolute gift for Pakistan. Again, halfway down. And great bit of batting there by young Ahmad, who swats it for 6 more. And walks off to retire for Pakistan. So he retires on 36, just off 10 balls. And Swanepoel proving very costly for South Africa. Still got 1 ball to go. There, bangs it away, walks off.
We knew the equation there. He got to 30, hit at 6, and off he went.
So Sohail Khan walks to the wicket. Still 17 required by Pakistan. Sohail Khan has swatted that over deep mid off for 6. First ball that he's faced. So that's the end of Swanepoel's over. 27 conceded off that. Pakistan move on to 64 for 2 at the end of 3 overs. Another look at that 6. Nearly got it to the Hubler sign, missed it by a couple of feet. Still yet to see a 12 hit in this competition. So we got Fresco Adams coming on. Swanepoel, South Africa captain, realising he needs to get his death bowler into the game. Maybe try and get the pressure on Pakistan by picking up perhaps the odd wicket here. Starts with a wide.
Of Pakistan, Anwar Ali, Sohail Khan. That's how close it was to 12.
Well, that's 6 more to Pakistan. Lovely clean striking there by Anwar Ali. Comes up the Virgin Atlantic 153rd 6 of the tournament.
Yeah, first they were targeting the commentary box, now they're targeting the cameraman.
Playing a miss by Anwar Ali.
I'm wondering always, for hitting the Hublot sign, you get 12 runs. What's the prize for hitting our cameraman? You get to share in that camera. They're expensive cameras.
Oh, well, a couple of dot balls there for South Africa. Oh, no. It's been given a wide. The bowling team can't believe it.
Scores are level. And the fast bowling duo will complete the job for Pakistan. And they dutifully do it with a nicely flicked boundary by Anwar Ali.
Yes, so Pakistan cruised to victory in only 3.3 overs. Win by 4 wickets. It's almost a walk in the park for Pakistan to get the lowest total of the tournament so far.
Well, that was simple stuff for the Pakistanis. South Africa started the tournament really well. That'll be their last match of the group stage. 2 out of 3 victories. They'll be pretty happy with their efforts despite losing this one to Pakistan. Pakistan have got 2 out of 2. It's a wonderful setting here at the Kowloon Cricket Club. Crowd starting to come in later in the afternoon. And it was Hamad Azam after an excellent last over when he bowled 36 of 10. The maximum possible without hitting the Hublot sign is what you can score is 36. Retired. And then it was Sohail Tanveer, Anwar Ali and Sohail Khan finishing the job for Pakistan, chasing down the lowest score posted in the first innings of the tournament.
Yeah, look at the bowling lineup after Corny drive first over. There wasn't really much to write home about for South African bowling. I know they were only defending a very small total, but their bowling obviously went the distance. So Pakistan win the game by 4 wickets. We had good contribution by Hamad for the Pakistan batsmen. Unfortunately, the South African bowlers could not defend their modest total.
And they've been well supported, that's for sure. Got big crowds coming in, but wherever you look at crowds, as Ovesh Shah and I were talking just a few minutes ago, the Indians, the Pakistanis, they all turn up in big numbers, and the Pakistanis certainly have turned up with their flags and their fans. Meanwhile, we've got a player down with Kathy. Kathy, who have you got?
Yes, I'm here with Hamad Azam. Congratulations, great performance. Must be happy with that one.
Yeah, of course. It was a very important game for my team and for myself as well. So I'm happy.
Now, Sixers cricket, it's very different to any other cricket that we see usually played. What are you making of it so far?
Yeah, it is it's a great experience and a fun cricket for me, and that's my 3rd time. So I'm enjoying it so far.
What about the other boys?
Of course, they are enjoying it.
What do they make of this ground? It's quite small.
Yeah, a new experience for them as well, and it's really nice. You get a break from the other cricket, so it is nice.
Now, what do you make of MCC? You've got them coming up next.
Yeah, we need to win the game. We have to make the rhythm. So gonna be a good game.
I heard they went out on the town last night, so they might be a little bit tired by the time you guys play each other.
Sorry, come again?
I think they went out last night and had a bit of a good time, so they might be a bit tired by the time they play you.
Yeah, of course. As long as we are winning, we won the 2 games with a big margin, so our morale is really high. So hope we will win the game.
Well, good luck for it. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
At the moment on points anyway, with 2.6.
Yeah, they're all supporting even the runner-up team on that occasion. South Africa, they've got the hard hats on to watch out for the big sixes. And that's what happened in the Pakistan innings. Despite that effort from Corne Dry, it was just Pakistan all the way in the run chase. Hamad Azam was the man of the moment for them, with the ball, with the bat. Sohail Tanveer, some big hits, and even though he got out, the damage was done by them. Those were 2 massive hits from Sohail Tanveer. How about this? One of the catches of the tournament, without a doubt. Oparish Vanipol ran about 30 yards and just plucked it out of thin air.
That was Hamad with his fireworks there. Favoring the leg side during his innings. Very well aware that he was on 31 to retire. Make sure you hit it for 6 at the last ball, and then the Pakistani bowlers finishing off with a flourish. So Pakistan rampant to victory in only 3.3 overs. And now we look forward to the next game. Plenty of carnival atmosphere here. Kids, families.
Meantime, Oasis, let's go back to the very busy Catherine, who's got the general manager of Hublot with her.
Yes, I'm very lucky to be joined by Luke Bouver from Hublot. Thanks for coming along today. You've been here for a couple of hours now. What have you made of it so far?
Well, it's my first time to attend a cricket match, a cricket tournament, so I must say that the venue is beautiful, it's very nice, and I see the enthusiasm about the cricket in Hong Kong, so I'm very happy to be here, yeah.
So how are you going with all the rules then?
Wow, my God. I spent 1 hour with Max to try to understand the rules. It's a little bit difficult, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there slowly.
Now tell us a little bit about Hublot, because I find it very interesting that you actually don't sponsor someone unless they have worn a Hublot watch before without you even asking. Is that right?
Yeah, that's true. We have this approach with ambassador which are very different from any other brands. What we want is our ambassador to like the brands, to naturally like it and wear it. So we have a lot of ambassadors like Maradona, Kobe Bryant, that we have one day spot them on a lifestyle magazine, on internet, on social media, wearing our brand, and then we approach the agent, discuss with them, and then of course they were more than happy to collaborate with us. So that's a different approach, but I think it's a natural approach, and that's how it should be today, ambassador endorsement. Yeah.
So you got the likes of also Floyd Mayweather, Usain Bolt wearing Hublot watches before you even approach them.
That's very true. That's very true. Today you can follow celebrities on social media, so you can see the way they live their life. You can see the way what do they wear, what do they dress, and we see Mayweather, we see Kobe Bryant, we see Maradona wearing Hublot. We were like, we have to walk with them. If they like Hublot, let's do something together.
Do you know I've bought a Hublot watch?
Sorry?
I've bought a Hublot watch. So are you going to sponsor me now?
You should have worn it today, actually.
I'm sorry, I left it back in Australia. But do tell us, what attracted Hublot to sponsor the Hong Kong Sixers?
First of all, Hublot entered the cricket 2 years ago. We sponsored the World Cup of Cricket because, cricket is actually a game that is played by millions of people, is watched by millions of people. Of course, it's a very niche sport, but in India is the most popular sport. In Australia is one of the most popular sports. So a lot of people are watching cricket, and we believe that there is something to do in that sports field. And Hong Kong used to be a British colony. There are a lot of people that enjoy cricket. So we were like, let's do something and let's be in that field in Hong Kong. So yeah, I can see that we were right to enter that sports, and very happy for the first time to have Hublot on the cricket field in Hong Kong.
And are you impressed so far? You're going to be back next year?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right over the boundary.
I wouldn't be surprised if Hurd is standing well within the stumps. That is muscle over. That is power. That is brutal power.
Well, how high has that gone? It hasn't. It's gone flat. That hasn't it?
That is sheer power. Wow, that probably must have been 7 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
Missed
and
again, and just over Mendes' head for another 6. Talk about the ball being muscle, and look at that tournament sixes meter keep flying like the Virgin Airlines.
But you've got this. It would have been a fantastic effort, that, wouldn't it?
Where's my 2 meter Peter? He's not playing for Sri Lanka. There you go. That has disturbed the furniture that Sampath was looking for.
Well, it'd been a brilliant over for New Zealand up until then, but Sampath getting a little bit of revenge. He'd come in for a little bit of tap, but a wicket with a final ball.
Get in that change of pace as a bowler. Keep the batsman guessing.
Mendes actually he's brought himself on a little bit early in this game. Is he probably just maybe feeling a little bit of pressure and defending a smaller target?
Switch hit, and the result 6. I guess that's the first switch hit that has been hit for 6.
Oh, that's a brilliant shot. Probably watched what happened the last time Mendes bowled, and all the batsmen were trying to hit him towards mid-on and couldn't get hold of it. I thought, you know what, I'm going to go with it. The switch hit, and he's hit that right out of the screws.
Slower delivery, straight to long on. That's a better delivery. Got a little bit of drift. Try to bowl it a little slower.
Well, he's a genius, isn't he, Mendes?
45 of 16 needed by the New Zealand side. Won't be happy with that. So there you have it. The teams, Bangladesh take on Australia. Bangladesh have won the toss and elected to bat. Saif Hassan, the captain, Afif, who's had a decent outing as well. Australia, there you have it. The first delivery coming up. Starts off looking to play an on drive and a pretty handsome one. Gets 4.
Yeah, lovely start to the innings, that. Just a nice straight drive, kept his technique. And Nair, who was the best bowler for Australia in the last game, concedes 4 in his first delivery.
Look at his slog sweep, no connect.
So he's got variation like Narayan, doesn't he? He can bowl the off spinner, the traditional off spinner, but then has a bit of a knuckleball like Narayan that can go the other way, and he bamboozles the batsman with it.
He got plenty of variations there once again. It's like he's running his fingers over the ball, getting a little bit movement off the pitch. Some revs on the ball, that's what you want. Change of pace, different variations. Don't get predictable in this format of the game.
Ashwin has that delivery too, doesn't he?
Yeah. Short and looking to muscle his way away, but pretty high on the bat. But looks to convert that 1 into 2. Good bit of running by these young Bangladesh batsmen. Pretty quiet start for the Bangladesh side. 4 deliveries, just the 6 on board. Just 1 boundary so far. Oh. Once again, looking to hike it over deep mid-wicket, but the top edge coming in favour of Saif, picking up another boundary.
How has it ended up there? I think I can only imagine it's because of the AstroTurf and there's so much bounce. That ball's managed to fly over the keeper.
Looks to move away on the onside. Effective. Not the prettiest shot in the world, but effective. Gets another boundary. Decent start. 14 on the board. It's been a fantastic day out here, Chris. Take a look at that. Some of the Indian fans enjoying this carnival here. Hong Kong Sixes 2017. This is what it's all about. Out in the sun, having a bit of a dance. I'm sure they're enjoying the batsmen. Not too sure if they're fans of the bowlers being carted away for 6s, I'll tell you that.
Not quite Justin Timberlake there, is it? We'll have to get out there and show him how to do it. What do you reckon, Nikhil?
Not me, Chris. I guess you. We're going to get Chris out on the spectators' park and get him dancing. It's a clever bit of cricket using the pace. One's second hard, picks up another couple to his name. Bangladesh tally going pretty well. Bangladesh side, this is the 3rd game, and Chris, they have this trend. They start slowly, and come the 3rd over, that's when they look to gain momentum.
Yeah, and interesting Australia here having Nathan Reardon, who you wouldn't say was one of their better bowlers, bowling the 2nd over.
That's a pretty decent delivery. Yeah, it's not bad. As long as you don't concede a boundary or a 6, anything will do.
Well, they've changed it. To be fair to Australia, they're changing their tactics up after they lost their first game, so they're trying to adapt quickly.
Like you said, if Reardon is not a frontline bowler, it gets pretty hard to get the length accurate every single time. He's looking to cart this away. Too long off, but not enough legs in that particular shot. Not enough muscle. That's the first wicket down for the Bangladesh batsman. Saif on his way back to the dugout. Take a look at that. 14 of 7. It was in the zone, but unable to time it.
Well, when that ball went in the air and I saw John Hastings underneath it, I immediately put my house on it. He's got a huge pair of hands, but he almost got under it. I think he actually surprised himself. Really be happy with that. But part-time bowler, any wicket you get's a bonus, isn't it?
You betcha. They'll keep talking about that wicket that they've got. Once again, looking at the Yorker in, but this is much better piece of batting, better timing, better placement. Much needed boundary for the Bangladesh side. The fans enjoying every bit of this Hong Kong Sixes 2017.
I think too that the stand out on the side of the ground
That is it. That is out of here. Say goodbye. Up and over the trees. That's the first 6 of this innings from the Bangladesh side. Take a look at that. Virgin Atlantic maximum. The tally goes to 154.
That's how you play the part-timer, isn't it? You just run down, hit him back over his head.
It's a big hit.
Probably worth 12, that, isn't it?
Yeah. But you only get 12 if you hit the Buglo Big Bang sign, Chris. That's another good, smart piece of cricket. Dancing down. Just looking to flick it away for 4. That's a better over for the Bangladesh side. 16.
I think Australia would be pretty happy for a 16 coming from Nathan Reardon's over.
Take a look at that. It's beautiful, isn't it? The Kowloon Cricket Club. Absolutely fantastic. Weather surrounded by trees, the skyscraper. You have the 3rd floor with the tennis courts. Take a look at that. And in the middle of the skyscrapers, you have the fantastic cricket facilities, the Kowloon Cricket Club. Outside edge. And nearly went for 6, did it? Careful, boys. We've got a fellow commentator there, Catherine. Take a look at this. Where did that end up? Did that go all the way for 6? There it is, yes!
Oh! Tackled the... I don't know about that.
That's good to see.
Well, Kowloon Cricket Club coach Charlie Burke was in that one. He was looking the other way as well. So Gregory targeting that leg side. Oh, great piece of work there by Seb Gotch. Oh, it's a fantastic piece of fielding because he was so close to the rope. All he could do was tap it back into play.
Take a look at that. That is effort at its best. Great bit of fielding. Full marks for the effort as well. And getting the ball back into play very, very quickly so that they don't steal another single. Wide.
Oh, no.
Wide and 4. So that's 6. Keep that scoreboard ticking.
We got him, didn't we? He did an unbelievable piece of work the previous ball and then just let that one go through between the legs.
It's Chris Yu, your commentator's guys. Once again, looking to get it full, but good use of the wrist there. Flicking it away to fine leg. Another boundary to his name. 50. That boundary brings up 50 for the Bangladesh side.
Not ideal bowling here because he's trying to bowl straight. He's trying to keep it tight to the batsman, but almost going too far the leg. And, of course, he has no fine leg, so any ball that goes down there is automatically going to be a boundary.
Ooh, looking for the big one there. Not keeping his eye on the ball. Missing it completely. Rare dot ball. Oh, that's good cricket. That is absolutely fantastic cricket. Being smart about it, using the pace of the bowler, not trying to just bludgeon everything away, but getting the important boundary in.
Yeah, and a good over. 23 off Gregory's over. And Bangladesh now 54 for 1.
Good over. Yes, 23. This is the time where Bangladesh normally looks to gain momentum, get in some big overs. They need to get about 95, 96. They're a decent side when it comes to bowling.
Look at that, couple of Australian fans. Oh, he's got a Steve Smith shirt on that too. You know who his favourite player is, but look at that stand now in the shade. That's the place to be, isn't it?
That's it, up and over and into the stands. That's another big 6. 156, and I bet you we're going to go past 200. The Virgin Atlantic 6 meter keeping count. good start to the fourth over. First ball going for 6. Oh, there. Look at the bounce there. That's the astroturf.
Well, I think that's why Pakistan have been so good, isn't it? Because they've run in and actually hit the wicket on this AstroTurf and got more bounce than predicted. But when you try and do these slower balls and off-pace deliveries, the batsmen seem to be holding them, particularly these small square boundaries. Oh. Is that a drop catch there, Nikhil?
Well, don't be too harsh on the bowler. He's probably trying to save himself the way the batsmen have been playing all day long. Take a look at this. Just the toe end of the bat.
No, he was...
Great effort.
On the half volley.
Yeah,
probably saved a few runs too, didn't he?
Yeah, got a hand to it. Saved a couple of runs for his side.
Oh.
Not where he intended it to be, but nevertheless gets a boundary.
Wow. There's not much forgiveness here for the bowlers, is there?
Not at all. Take a look at this. Full ball and looking to carve it towards extra cover. Gets an outside edge and 4 runs in the third man region.
And that's just muscled through mid-wicket. It's a strong shot, that. 1 bounce, 4. This looks like another good over here for Bangladesh. So Hossain retiring here, 34 off 11. That's a brilliant innings. Look at that strike rate, 309.
Guys, he got 34 and 7 and 8 deliveries. Oleg Islam, the left-hand batsman, walking in, looking to get a momentum, get closer to that 3-figure mark for his team. Bangladesh can go out there and defend. Looking for the Yorker, not quite there, and up and over the man standing at deep mid-wicket. Another 6 for Bangladesh.
157 sixes now for this tournament, and consecutive overs over 20 here for Bangladesh.
There you have it. The most important people, you'd say, the kingmakers or the tournament makers, hard-working behind the scenes, security, the tournament officials, making sure everything goes right. And for all the fans, the cricketers, the competitive teams that come, they come out and enjoy themselves and enjoy every single moment of the Hong Kong Sixes and enjoy this beautiful city.
And what a day it's been. I was lucky enough to walk down into the sponsors' tent earlier.
Full ball, but not been able to time and place, just the one.
And the people were having a great time down there. Sitting back, enjoying the hospitality, but enjoying this experience. And it's so great to have it back. That's Kim Hughes, ex-Test, Australian captain, Claggy Kim Hughes.
Oh, that's a good strike. Straight past the bowler. That's what you need. A couple more of those, and Bangladesh well away, getting closer to that 3-figure mark. Take a look at that. That is time. That's a good cricket shot. That's what you want to see. Looking to play towards cover, but not been able to time because of the change of pace. Hastings mixing up his deliveries. There you have it. People enjoying in that hospitality tent that you were talking about, Chris?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now I know why you just keep running away to the hospitality tent in between your commentary stints. That's a better looking shot. 1 bounce into the fence, sweeper cover. Well, most to 85.
Nikhil, it's why we're all here, isn't it? To enjoy this experience. What a unique experience too, isn't it?
I'll tell you, it is a fantastic experience just being out here. It was incredible when you got the opportunity to go out there and play, showcase your talent. Top edge. Is the wicket keeper coming to play? Yes, he does. Saves a couple of runs for a side. Just the 2.
It's a pretty decent over here by John Hastings. The last ball coming up. Australia probably relatively happy here, aren't they? I think think we kind of worked out that the 100 was really the total the team batting first should be aiming for.
Yep, they'll be pretty happy keeping them down to 87 or possibly 93 until unless an extra delivery is bowled. No, but that's a good delivery. Looking for the second, takes on the fielder, but in vain. Not out.
A double play.
Yeah, I guess they had to go for it. It was the last delivery. Bangladesh make it to 88. I guess Australia will be pretty happy with that effort in terms of bowling. And take a look at that effort. Great bit of fielding there. Throw right on top of the stumps. That's what you want,
isn't it? Well, they've given themselves a chance, Bangladesh. You've got to remember that it is actually the under-19 players that they've brought along here. So probably not a lot of experience in this tournament, I would have thought. But and they're going up against the Australians. But we look at this Bangladesh batting lineup, led by Hussain at the top there, 34 off 11. That was a fantastic innings. But a couple of very good contributions there from the two Islams, 22 and 11 respectively.
And they got to 88 because of a good bowling performance by Australia. Take a look at Nair, 14 of that over. Then Hastings towards the end also just conceding 13. So, it's been a pretty decent outing. And there you have it. Stands getting up, filled up pretty quickly. Next game coming up for you guys, it's the MCC versus Pakistan and the all-important toss. The two skippers with Gautam Bhimani.
Yes, indeed. I do have SP and ST with me, Samit Patel and Sohail Tanveer. Sohail Tanveer has the coin. Give it a flip.
For any androids.
Heads was the call, and it's a tail. So, Sohail Tanveer, you won the toss. What's it going to be?
We're going to bowl first.
You're going to bowl first. Again, it's been a different approach each time. What has been the learning going forward?
Well, we chase it down easily. I think we have good side who can all the teammates they can bat, they can bowl. I mean, the idea is because they have strong batting lineup, so we'll try to chase it down against their bowling.
That's what we saw in the last match. You had a decent total to chase, but you made it look easy.
Yeah, because if you remember, I said that they have weaker bowling, they have stronger batting. Same goes to them. I think they have. I feel they have strong batting lineup, but we can chase it down any total against them. So we'll try to restrict them as we did against South Africa.
All the best for that. Samit Patel. Samit, you happy to be batting first?
Yeah, well, actually we don't mind batting first. As I said, it's total opposite. They've got a good bowling attack. So hopefully we get some runs on the board and we can restrict them.
Yeah, your batsmen have been firing yourself. You've looked in good form. Ricky Clark's been hitting it into the neighbourhood. So it's looking good, coming together well.
Yeah, Ricky's going to go up top, so he's going to open the batting. Jordan Clark misses out and Ryan Higgins comes in. So, yeah, should be good.
And what's the total that you're going to look to set them?
I don't know, if you get a total around 100, you just never know, and someone comes and has a good over, it kind of wins you the game.
Thanks, all the best, Samit.
Thank you.
Well, that's the news from the toss here between Samit Patel and Sohail Tanveer. It's the Pakistanis who have won. They've got a change of strategy. They've decided to bowl first.
There you have it. That's the big game. The MCC take on Pakistan. Well, fantastic bowling unit, haven't they? The Pakistan side.
Well, it's a must-win game for the MCC. And who do they come up against? Pakistan, who, from what we've seen so far, are probably the favourites for the competition. So it's going to be a tough challenge there for the MCC, and they are going to have to bat well.
Yep, that's coming up. But this is how Bangladesh got to 88. Started off pretty quietly. They've got a little reputation that they'd like to pick up the pace in the middle overs. A couple of big shots being attempted there, but in vain. Lost wickets at regular intervals, and they never got the momentum apart from a couple of lusty blows being put in there.
Yeah, they had a couple of good overs, but just couldn't get that one huge over that would have made the difference. But Australia, as we said, they'd be pretty happy. We saw some good hitting from a couple of their players in their last game, so if they can have a good start too, I think they'll feel pretty comfortable that they can win this game.
Hussain was the star with the bat for Bangladesh, clearly, when he retired, getting past 30. But you're absolutely right, Chris. I think Australia, that sums it up, that run out, have been absolutely on top of their game right through in terms of the bowling department as well as the fielding. There you have it, Australia needing 89. The 5 overs at close to 18 and over, which should be easy for them until unless somebody has an out-and-out fantastic day with the ball for the Bangladesh young team.
Well, I enjoyed Bangladesh's win early. Did you see some of their dancing when they got a few wickets? So let's hope they take a few wickets. I want to see a bit more of that.
It's good to see some of the young kids come out and enjoy every bit of success that comes their way. It's about letting your emotions as well. There you go. First delivery. Goodbye. That is up and out of here over the hospitality tents.
It really isn't fair here. I think John Hastings is actually too big to be playing on this ground.
Waiting for another ball. Yes. He's got it. The next delivery coming up. And once again, in the slot and over the Hublot big screen. Hastings, you're going to maximize. You've got to go for the Hublot target, not the big screen. Looking for 3 in a row, but couldn't get the elevation that he's looking for. Just the one. Sloppy.
Well, it was brilliant fielding out in the deep there, and then the throw was erratic and should have been taken by the bowler, but unfortunately he couldn't stop it and they got an overthrow.
There you go. That's the second one over the Hublot big screen.
Tell you what, if he gets hit for 6, he's only got himself to blame. Oh.
Mixing it up. That's better. That's better. Don't give it in the slot. Hastings a big fella. If he gets a hold of it, it's gone. You're only going to be getting it out of the park and looking to fetch it back. That's easy pickings. That's easy pickings. Flat batted it away for 6. Easy pickings, waist high, slow. Not on this format. There you go. Virgin maximum. 6 number 160.
I think we know what John Hastings' intent is here, isn't it? He's not going to die wondering.
Dancing down the track, the inside edge. Still manages to get a boundary. Good start for Australia. 24 in that very first over, looking to chase down 89.
Well, he's just swinging so hard, isn't he? If he gets any bit of bat on it, you know it's going to at least reach the boundary, but then if he gets it close to the middle, well, it's going over.
Hastings very quickly has moved on to 24 of just the 6 deliveries that he's faced. Reardon still to face a delivery.
You see a lot of players who hold the bat at the top of the handle, as we see that wide angle of this beautiful oval, Kowloon Cricket Club. What a fantastic place to be.
It's good to see how they've placed the stands by this time in the afternoon. The trees take cover and you've got enough shades for the spectators. Flick of the wrist and away she goes past the boundary towards fine leg.
But as I was saying, you see a lot of batsmen hold the bat at the top of the handle, but Reardon, if you have a look here, he's really got his bottom hand low so he can whip the ball. I think that's what he wants, to get that bottom hand through. You can see him almost choking it.
Generate some bat speed. You're hitting power zone. Give the ball to Yorker, straight to the bat. Whoa, what was that?
I think that's spun, hasn't it? And you know, don't you, it spins on the second bounce, so as they say, trap for young players there, and one of these young Bangladeshi fielders has been duped. I
promise you, great experience. He's never going to miss that again. He'll wait for the second bounce and then go the other way. Oh, that's a good delivery. A little bit of shape away from Reardon there. That's a better delivery.
It is. I've seen him bowl in other overs. I like the look of him. He gets up and he swings it, doesn't he? Any left-hander, you can swing the ball back into the righty away from the left-hand batsman. You've got a chance.
Onik certainly does have a lot of potential. It's a good Yorker. Mixes up nicely. It's just that consistency, and this is a new format for them as well.
Yeah, well, we haven't had this competition for a number of years, and with Bangladesh bringing such a young side, I doubt anyone would have played this format before.
Rearranging of the field, only because the big fella, Hastings, on strike. Oh, that's a good delivery. That's the swing that you were talking about, bringing it back into the right-hander.
Yeah, I think he's trying to accentuate that swing. That's why he's come round the wicket to the right-hander. You would think normally he would stay over his wicket, try and straighten it down the line and hit the stumps, but almost exaggerates that swing, doesn't it, when you come around the wicket? Makes it a little bit harder to hit.
Up and over into the trees. That's been muscle up. That's some good hitting there by the Australian team.
Just so unforgiving, isn't he? He bowled 5 balls for 9 runs, and you thought he's done a really good job here. If he could just get a dot ball or something small in this last ball, he's winning. But he bowled just slightly wrong length and reared and put him. How far back's that? That's 6 on most grounds, isn't it?
Yeah, that would have carried in most parts of the world. There you have it. So the ball boys enjoying their day out, watching the Hong Kong sixes. Hastings looking to go towards cow corner. Just the one.
Oh, there we go. Look at that Australian flag. He seems to be giving it back now, doesn't he? I'm not sure he's rude. A true Australian fan, that.
Dances down the track, up and over. That's out of here. Also into the trees. Like Ryan would be saying, it's into the Cox Road. It's because of the bounce.
Yeah,
you know, any
see
decent
Reardon can just go with it. I just think it's because how he holds the bat. Oh, he's not happy with that, is he? Thought he just snuck it inside the outside line. But you have to be inside, not over it.
There you have it. Some young Australian fans blowing a kiss, enjoying the success of their Australian team. Oh, looking to go for a big one. Didn't time it.
I actually think they were young Hong Kong fans. There it is.
Yeah.
Hong Kong Sixers. Yeah, I actually did a little speech to the juniors here the other day, and both those boys were there. A couple of young Hong Kong cricketers, up-and-coming cricketers. There's great passion for the game here.
Great facility here in the Kowloon Cricket Club. They're looking to promote the juniors, get them out on the cricket field, get them introduced to the sport early on, and then see how and where the passion takes them. There you go. Then jump down the track, but unable to pierce that field on the onside. Caught the lone man there. Oh, there you go. South African fan as well.
Is it?
Yes. Oh, is it Australian?
No, that's Australian. Oh, gee. Hastings, that's a massive hit as well. And that's it for him. Retired there. Hastings 32 off 10. And once again, he's done a fantastic job at the top.
Incredible. Take a look at that par. Holding on. The bat speed through the shot has been incredible. There you are. The young Steph saying, well, I tried to bowl the Yorker, but gave a half volley. At the Hong Kong Sixes, the most important rules for you guys, of course, Each game you have 5 6-ball overs, but remember, in the final you have 5 8-ball overs. And the most important for the bowlers, a no ball and a wide should concede 2 extras. And if you bowl a no ball, you don't get a free hit. And the batsman must retire on the other side of 30. So if you're on 30, you get to get another hit. Whether you get a single, 4 or 6, you got to retire after that. Oh, starts off with the wide. That's not the line that you're going to be bowling. Wide, looking to York, but inside edge. Reardon not been able to get that away to the boundary. And let's have a look at the rules and regulations once again. Look at number 8. 6 bonus runs if the batsman hits the big Hublot big bang target. So if you get to 30, you get that target, you get 12. So that's what you're going to be targeting to maximize to get to 42. Big heavy. And a miss. Gotch has come up, looking all guns blazing.
Yeah, they need to go, don't they? 26 off 11 balls now. And there's that Hublot big bang sign. Just tucked in behind the netting there, but if you can hit it, could be a match-winning hit.
It would be incredible. Just a one to sweep a cover.
Almost could have left that delivery as well, and it would have been a wide, but he actually hit it right out of the middle of the bat, but he hit it straight at the fielder.
A good little start for Australia. Cruising along. 25 of 10 needed to win this game. Get those 2 important points in the kitty. That's a good deal. Right on the money.
Right. They'd probably be happy here to defend 18 off the last over. What do you reckon?
But in this format, Chris, you know, one bad delivery, momentum goes, the confidence of the bowler goes, and that can hurt you. Take a look at that. Flat batted for 6. Great cricket shot there.
Well, if those who know Seb Gotch know that he's a clean little hitter. He's only diminutive stature, but he packs a punch, and as you saw there, that was a clean hitch.
That's a better delivery. After this tournament, I'm sure some of these young fast bowlers for Bangladesh would be able to get the Yorkers right.
Yeah. You got to learn quickly here, don't you? But I think this ball is going to be crucial here.
That's 4. That's 4. That's beautifully timed and placed. The face says it. Oh, that's a big game coming up. You've got some Pakistani fans in there as well. Pakistan take on MCC. The tournament favourites, the way they've started Pakistan, their campaign in the 2017 Hong Kong Sixes, and they take on the MCC. Good bit of bowling from the Pakistan side. MCC will have to bat really, really well.
Yeah, I think MCC have been a little bit disappointing so far, so they need to win this last game, and of course probably the last side they want to face is Pakistan, so they're up against it, but they've got some very good cricketers, so you can't discount them at all.
Getting some strategy against the Pakistani bowling and try and get to about 90-95. That'll put some pressure on the Pakistan side, but in the meanwhile, Australia 14 runs away from getting 2 points onto that points table. I'll tell you what, that was in the slot to be square cut for 4.
Wasn't it? There was no one behind. He'd be furious with himself there, and he's put a bit of pressure here on Gotch, and still would back Australia because you hit 1-6 and you're not far off.
Swing and a miss. He was targeting the swimming pool once again, wasn't he? Everybody wants to try and hit a 6, but hit a huge, massive 6. But unfortunately, not this time around. How good is that? Isn't that smart piece of wicket keeping there? Take a look at that. Gotch goes down the track, misses it, and the keeper catches the ball, runs, doesn't throw the ball, and takes the bails off.
Well, you could see Reardon at the other end. He wants to get on strike. He's frustrated that Gotch has missed 2 deliveries, and that's a good decision by the umpire. You can see he was a few inches short. I'd be interested to see what happens if Australia do need roughly 8 or 10 off the last over. And they have to go for the Hublot Big Bang sign.
So they still need 12 of 3. A little bit of pressure mounting. They need a boundary here. Oh, swing and a miss again. Now, this has become very, very interesting. We were talking about rules. Take a look at that sign. That's what you've got to be targeting. 12 of 1 delivery, Chris. If you can, hit that big sign. The Hublot Big Bang sign.
Well,
it's been a fantastic over.
Yeah, the interesting thing is he's bowled, it looks like he's bowled off spin, but they're going straight, and the Australian batsmen have missed it 3 times playing for the off spin.
Swing and a miss again.
Well, they've already celebrated. Well, let's see how switched on Gregory is here, because he actually has to hit the sign.
He has to hit the sign to tie the game, and then the side that's lost least number of wickets wins. So if you don't get the sign, I guess Australia, from winning the game till the 4th over was bowled, have lost this one.
No, he hasn't even.
6 off the last delivery, but Bangladesh have won a fantastic game. Till the 4th over, I guess Australia was cruising.
Look at these celebrations.
Look at the last over, and look at that celebration. That's what you were talking about, Chris. The young kids enjoying their success, and rightfully so.
Well, you probably wouldn't have given much chance against some of the big names in Australian cricket. And then to come out, these under-19 Bangladeshi players play such a good game. Under pressure as well. They were under pressure. That last over was unbelievable.
7, and the last ball went for 6. Otherwise, he conceded 5 out of 5 balls, just 1 run. And that's what brought them back, and the most important 2 points. There you go. Take a look at that song and dance. Absolutely. Fantastic. They're enjoying every little bit of success at the Kowloon Cricket Club. Look at that.
What are they doing there?
I wonder if they practice that.
I don't know. But look at the smiles on their face as well. It's great to see.
It's been incredible for Bangladesh, the young under-19 team. There you have it. Australia batting card. John Hastings, 32, not out. He would be thinking, how could I lose that game the way they started? And Reardon, 26 of 11, and then just as soon as the 5th over was bowled, they just lost their way.
Well, you wouldn't have expected that from Australia. 2 games, 2 losses. But, you know, they got off to a flying start, thanks from John Hastings. But that last over from Hussain, to go for 7 runs and actually concede a 6 off that last ball is just amazing. He beat the bat 3 times, and that was the match-winning over.
The young Bangladesh team enjoying themselves in the Hong Kong 2017 Sixes. Take a look at that. A little bit of practice, I guess. They're pretty well coordinated, I'll tell you that.
I'd love to see them win the tournament. Imagine what they'd be doing then.
And we've got Catherine down with one of the Australian players. Whoa, sorry, one of the young Bangladeshi players. I hope Kathy can get them to dance during the interview.
Yes, here with Afif. What an incredible last over. Talk us through it.
There was so much pressure in the last over, 15 runs needed only. And I just planned my ball to just plan, and I became successful.
You can see your teammates hugging, they're smiling, they're even pulling out.
Right over the boundary.
I wouldn't be surprised if Hurd is standing well within the stumps. Oh, that is muscle away. That is power. That is brutal power.
Well, how high has that gone? It hasn't. It's gone flat, that hasn't it?
That is sheer power. Wow, that probably must have been, what, 7 feet off the ground?
Yeah.
Missed
and
time again, and just over Mendes' head for another 6. Talk about the ball being muscle, and look at that. Tournament 6's meter keep flying, like the Virgin Airlines.
But you've got this. Oh, it would have been a fantastic effort, that, wouldn't it?
Where's my 2-meter Peter? He's not playing for Sri Lanka. Oh, there you go. That has disturbed the furniture that Sampath was looking for.
Well, it'd been a brilliant over for New Zealand up until then, but Sampath getting a little bit of revenge. He'd come in for a little bit of tap, but a wicket with a final ball.
Get in that change of pace as a bowler. Keep the batsman guessing.
Mendes actually, he's brought himself on a little bit earlier in this game, isn't he? Probably just maybe feeling a little bit of pressure and defending a smaller target.
Switch hit, and the result, 6. I guess that's the first switch hit that has been hit for 6.
Oh, that's a brilliant shot. Probably watched what happened the last time Mendes bowled, and all the batsmen were trying to hit him towards mid-on and couldn't get hold of it. I thought, you know what, I'm going to go with it. The switch hit, and he's hit that right out of the screws.
Slower delivery, straight to long on. That's a better delivery. Got a little bit of drift. I'll try to bowl this a little slower.
Well, he's a genius, isn't he, Mendes?
45 of 16 needed by the New Zealand side. Won't be happy with that.
Just the one change, Ryan Higgins. And as Samit Patel said, they're going to have a change in the batting order. I asked him about Ricky Clark's form. He said, yeah, good form. He's going to come up and open the batting.
Well, they have to do something different, haven't they? I mean, they've been very disappointing in their 2 games up until now. And yeah, they've reshuffled the batting order. Let's see what they can come up with. Ricky Clark's been on awesome form. Jeez, he's hit the ball well. And yeah,